Hey, it's Soul. And I don't even have the time to do my hair right now because I am super excited about this Shadowlands developer update thing that's going on. Let me catch my breath for a little bit. Lots of things are going to happen in this 9.15 patch, and I'm just going to read for you and react and see if I'm as excited as I think I am, because I read the first couple bullet points, and well, let's just get to it. Let me get my breath. Thanks for coming. Hi, it's Soul. Yada yada yada. Shadowlands developer updates from KVAC Tai. In the next few days, we'll be updating our public test realm with a first look at patch 9.1.5, alongside feature updates like new time walking experiences. This time we're revisiting the Legion with a couple of twists. These 0.5 patches, falling in between full content tiers, present an opportunity to focus on balance and revision of core systems based on feedback and data from the season so far. Patch 9.15 will include several significant changes to the Shadowlands Covenant systems in particular. Once you've reached a high renown threshold, whatever that is, you will thereafter be able to freely switch among any of the 4 covenants without cooldown or restriction, as well as use cosmetic rewards that you have earned from one covenant even if you are currently a member of a different one. Both the covenant switching and the use of cosmetic rewards will also apply to alts once the renown threshold is reached on one character. We don't know what the threshold is yet. Conduit energy is being removed. Conduits will be freely swappable without restriction. When playing alternate characters, if you have already completed a given Covenant campaign on a different character, you will be able to immediately earn the Renown and a third Soulbind unlock without needing to replay the full narrative arc. So let's react to this part first. Yes! Yes! So, I'm pretty excited about this. Like I had said, we don't know what the Renown threshold is right now, so that's going to we'll see how wonky that ultimately feels, but this is the ripcord that we've sort of talked about, where we may not be able to just freely switch the powers and so on and so forth, but if we can just freely switch between the 4 covenants as we like, great. I can already envision myself powering through the Night Fade campaign just so I can get that wooden plate armor set or whatever, because I haven't done it. This is amazing. I love it. I love that. Conduit energy never affected me, but it's nice that we'll be able to swap this stuff out freely, especially in the face of empowered conduits, as we're getting those. There's some awkwardness there, but I'm sure for the people who are affected by this, it's a fantastic change. And then this is one that I've been championing a lot too when playing alts. When you complete a Covenant campaign on another character, you can basically skip. Not even skip it. You'll just be able to get all the major rewards from it, most notably the third Soulbind, without having to play through it, which is great. So not exactly a skip, but I think it's a great compromise and something that I'm totally happy about. Let's catch my breath and move on. While we hope many players will be pleased at the increased accessibility and freedom for experimentation these changes will permit, we know that you might be wondering why we didn't make adjustments like these sooner. After all, a large portion of the community has been vocal about wanting to see changes along these lines since mid-2020, when Shadowlands was still in the beta. Without reading ahead, here's them trying to, okay, so let's be defensive about this and all that, but let's see how this goes. When it comes to the limitations of Covenant switching, millions of players experience Shadowlands for the first time through the lens of their Covenants of choice, and that would not have been possible had the choice carried less weight from the outset. Nevertheless, after the conclusion of the Chains of Domination campaign, the Covenants are united against the Jailer, and revisiting player feedback in that context has led us to reevaluate our approach. In terms of the day-to-day player experience, the advantages of a rigid division between covenants have diminished since Shadowlands launched, with the downsides of feeling disadvantaged in certain types of content or having to choose between mechanical advantages and aesthetics have only grown. The balance of factors no longer justifies the original limitations on covenant switching, so in 915, we're looking to provide a way to circumvent them. Now, quick comment on that. This is kind of a way, see, I can write a narrative here and say, yes, this is Blizzard increasing our time played by making us, forcing us even to play through all the covenant things and level all the renown whatevers, so we can be able to switch freely and do all that stuff. Devious, Blizzard. Truly devious. Anyway, Conduit Energy, however, is a different story. The system simply has not played out the way that we hoped it would. We should have heeded community feedback and taken a different direction a year ago. A majority of players largely ignore the system and are unaffected by it, while the minority who want to engage in multiple content types competitively feel constrained by it, which is, yeah, we've definitely been saying that over the past X months. Overall, that adds up to a negative experience. Conduit Energy isn't really making the game better in any appreciable way, so we're removing the system entirely. Why didn't they get on their knees and beg for our forgiveness, man? Anyway, as for the Covenant campaign skip for alts and the ability to freely swap Covenants on alts, that change is one outgrowth of many ongoing discussions within the development team, focused on feedback that at times players feel that the WoW content that they most enjoy is locked behind experiences that aren't nearly as appealing to them. Some of that feedback revolves around different playstyles and content types, but a consistent theme that experiences that were fun the first time through let me rephrase that. But a consistent theme is that experiences that were fun the first time through start to lose their luster on repeat playthroughs on alt, especially when required for power progression. So just as the Threads of Fate system exists to allow players to skip the level up zone narrative on subsequent playthroughs, we want to give max level players a similar option to avoid having to replay a Covenant campaign they've already done. I appreciate the deeper explanation of things. As the 915 PTR progresses, we hope to roll out several other changes aimed at giving you more flexibility in choosing how you prefer to adventure in Azeroth. We'll have more details to follow as we finalize our plans, so stay tuned for full PTR notes in the near future, and we'll look forward to discussion and feedback to guide us in our ongoing improvements to World of Warcraft. Yay! So overall, yes. Very excited about what's happening so far. I wasn't sure if we were going to learn more stuff about customizations or whatnot, but now we're looking at the other side of things. Let's look away from the cosmetics and let's go into the actual gameplay of things. This was like an easy shot, to where they would just respond to our feedback and act appropriately. Now, of course, I know we're going to see in the comments and from other folks, too little, too late, that sort of thing. That's fine. That's just kind of how that goes. But for those of us who are sticking around or maybe on the fence about these things, this is a great way. This is something that'll maybe will tip people over and be like, well, I guess I'm going to be sticking around now that the experience is going to feel a little bit better. Now, I am curious about this right here. We hope to roll out several other changes aimed at giving you more flexibility in choosing how you prefer to adventure in Azeroth. Now, they said changes, they didn't mean additions. One thing that came to mind that I've talked about a number of times is leveling in Torghast and how awkward that can potentially feel. Like let's say if you're going to Torghast and you get anima powers that are related to your Covenant power, but you might not have a Covenant power. You might not have chosen something. In this case, though, now that we are, this is tough because now that we're approaching a world where we can just kind of switch these freely. Part of me thinks, well, maybe maybe we can do the whole leveling thing in Torghast. And the whole Covenant swap won't matter because, my mind's a jumble right now. I'm still fresh reacting to this, but overall I'm just cool. I know I made a video on this. I know I'm farming for clicks here. I feel kind of shameless doing it, but I just wanted to share my excitement because I'm yes, This is great. This is fantastic. I'm really happy about. I'm really happy that they're changing direction here and not, and like they're saying themselves, not being as rigid or as restrictive with the gameplay. So I'm counting on your usual round of mixed reactions coming from social media. But what do you guys think? Let me know in a comment, and let's get back to work on the weekly. My weekly is going to sound a little bit different now, but you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow for that one. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.